Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Painting with a Grumpy Old Man. Hope you guys enjoy your day here. Let's see what's going on. I'm playing with a computer, which I have no idea what I'm doing. So just hang with me just a second, and I will get the painting here. Okay, there we go. I got everything set up. So everybody can join with me. Okay, you can probably see on here, this is an abstract I was working on, and I didn't like it. I didn't like this abstract. And so let's see if we can get this computer to do anything. Oh, that's right, it's a computer. It's not touchscreen, you idiot. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna refresh that. See if I get the right thing. There we go. Now I'm cooking with gas. All right, got all my computer set up. Got my stuff here. Got a bunch of leftover paint. This is my leftover paint right here. And I have this abstract I started. I'm not a fan of this abstract yet. But what normally happens is I'll paint a doodleism or something like this a lot of times. Just this, what I call my experimental pieces. I'm just experimenting with shapes and colors and sizes and see what works. But this particular one, I thought I would go on to stage two. And so a lot of times when I get these, what I do is I'll go back and I will work on them and make more dimensions to them. I'm not against using mixed media to make lines stronger and stuff. A little picture of the grumpy old man right here. Okay, and I started, but what I do is I add details and lines and stuff. And I'm going to show you kind of how I do this. Because I like to have it so that it's layered, image upon image upon image, and so I will make the first group of markings and paintings, and then I will come back and add my second layer. So, I just pulled the lid off something that was already had the lid off of it. And by the way, it don't taste good. So let's see here. Draw a line there. Draw a line here. Okay. All right, not working at all. So let's go with the pencil. Pencil will work just fine. So what I'm going to kind of do here is I think I'll set a cube on top of this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not worried about perfection here. I'm just kind of winging it. Draw these little lines. And I can come in and darken them. I'm taking my old face right next to it. And then let's see about right here. And I don't know, about right here. And right here. just going to connect the lines. And I know you can't see this, I can barely see it, but I'm not too overly stressed about making this perfect. Just kind of cube shaped. There we go. And let's see what I can do elsewhere to make different interesting things. Hopefully I get this right. Okay, nice dark black line. Okay. Some of these things get very boring, and so I like to add pieces and parts, tighten up lines and stuff. Okay, I'm just freehanding this. It's not perfection. It's just, a very strong, bold black line right here. Okay, and I'll come back with some black paint in a minute and make that better. I'll just add different shapes and functions and stuff, but I wanted to add the cube. And a lot of this will end up, you're looking at it now, but a lot of it will actually end up being reddish and magenta and those colors, which I really truly love. And I'm going to go with a smaller brush. Okay, so on this, I'm going to take the sides down here. Nice magenta color. Let's get a little across the top, the magenta cube. That's not a perfect cube, but who cares? I can always fix anything I do. I like to have these sides a little bit darker. I'm going to add a little bit of red into that. A little bit more red in that. There you go, darken that up a little bit. Come down this way, over this way. And then go with some dark blue right here. Into this cube here. I'm just making a basic cube. It's not anything special or artistic. I just kind of wanted to add a little interest to this. Come back with some lighter colors here. At the top. Okay, now my little cubey cube. Okay, now on these, I like to always have a shadow underneath it. Maybe a little shadow behind it, just a small one. And so I get a little depth there. Add a little shadow to this bad boy here. Why? I don't know. It just seems like it needs one. And really love to add the odd stripe. Magenta flowing through. Maybe that breaks off down there. I don't know. Who knows what's going on right now? It breaks off. Little tree roots and stuff. I might even put a tree in here. I don't know. Okay. Come back here with a nice magenta line to separate it. Dark magenta line here. Sort of give it a feel of nature and the ocean and whatnot. Add this little touch of magenta right there. And then I really, in case you haven't noticed, I really like magenta. Probably said it 1,000 times. Shadow there on that guy. Get a little line that goes down here, connecting something to you don't know what. Sort of blocking and boxing and freewheeling all at the same time. I did, in case you're not aware, I did have my account hacked with 2,000 customers now gone. So that one did not make me happy. Okay. I'm going to do something kind of different and cool here with his hair. This is the grumpy old man here. Hair that he wishes that he had. Come in here. My new hairdo. Levels and layers, layers and levels. Having a bad hair day? It's okay. Have a little beard on here too. Yeah, man. Now the grumpy old man looks like a grumpy old woman. That's okay. That's okay. It's not really me. I don't actually live in a painting. I like these curlicues, man. Almost Medusa looking here. The old finger underneath the eye color. We go like this. Now it does look like a lady with a beard. I'm going to lighten this up. Come on down the edge here. Come on around. Little area. And this brush is starting to get kind of older, so it's filling it with paint way too fast. It's important to keep your brushes changed, and that way you can always be able to paint with them. All right, there. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I was like totally upset. I don't know if any of you guys have ever done this, but it takes a long time to build up followers on Instagram, especially if you're an artist trying to get your work out there. It is really difficult to actually do this. Hello, Christopher Wright. Good to see you. Good to see you back. Add some streaks in this hair here, just to separate it out a little bit. That kind of looks cool. Blend that a little bit so they don't have quite such a thing. There you go. I like that. That looks cool. Let's change this circle to a different color. Sort of a nice violet. That's beautiful right there. Yeah, and you know, old people, we don't really like, um, we don't, we don't really like a lot of electronics and stuff because they're annoying and confusing, and then people hack them and just all kinds of things that are totally unnecessary. People, I don't know why people have to feel they have to do things like that, but that's what they do. Okay, I'm going to do something kind of different, and I don't know if anybody out there is a guy like me who likes to do both impressionism, and I also really enjoy doing uh, what's the word, abstracts. Um, I take an old brush like this. I mean, just a really old cruddy brush, and I find solid areas, and I'll make streaks in them. And I don't really know why I do that, other than I just kind of like it. It kind of gives me a little depth. And you can actually even, people say, oh, I painted it, don't cover it. Don't care. Don't care. I like to have things kind of balanced out. Get a little bit more on here. Boom. And it gives me sort of some texture. Some texture. And another layer. It's another layer, and layers are very important when you're doing abstract. The more layers, the better. Boom. Give you depth. Use the old finger tool here. There we go. And I think I want to go across the front of this box here a little bit. Maybe across the back. Maybe across the top. A little depth there. And so that's it for that particular method. But what else can I do here? Let's see. Let's get some other things going on. Let's brighten this lady up over here. Use a different brush. Another thing I like to use is a sponge sometimes, but I don't really have one available right now. Okay, come on through here. My magenta. So, brighten that up a little bit. And I like to put colors next to each other that probably don't belong next to each other. Just because I can. And I think this is going to be an office building. There you go. Who's in that building? We don't know. We do not know. And we do not care. Here, here, here. I think I'm going to take some of my beautiful light pink magenta and go through here and do every other one of these in a different color. Maybe a striped thing, you know. It's stripes. It's corn. And it's not bright. It doesn't really stick out a lot. And you don't really want to. I just, wherever I feel like there needs to be a line or something, I like to just put a line there. And I think I'm going to come on the inside of this green bad boy here. The little twirlies. Bring it out a little bit. A little bit brighter light on that. That looks really pretty. Almost ephemeral or ghostly. Give you some magenta in your hair too. Woo! Go there. Go magenta, go. I love magenta. Ooh. Okay, that's nice. Right there. I think I'm going to make this a square. Right here in the middle of my circle. Because I can. Add little details like this. Gives it sort of a more of an industrial feel down there. So that is really cool. I'm going to make a dark line right here. Break things up just a touch. And where else do I need something? Let's go from here to here. Make it even darker. Here to here. Maybe from here. I'll attach it to the wheel right here. I really like that industrial look. You know, and colors, things are working together. Here's the overseer right here. There's the eyeball. Judging. And so you see it starts to fill up really well with just an immense amount of really beautiful colors. I like to come in with some grays. I'm going to come in with some grays right now. I could have cleaned my brush off, and sometimes I do, but not for this. Grays give your eyes a nice place to rest in a painting. So I really enjoy the grays. And just move them around till they feel like they're in the right place. Maybe under the shadow I'll have a little bit of light. Maybe I'll have another light. And another. And this will come across and up like this. Okay? Just, there's so many things you can do if you don't put restrictions on yourselves. A lot of people do. They're like, it's got to be perfect, it's got to be this, it's got to be that. It doesn't have to be anything. It's your art. You can make it whatever you want. Okay? It's yours. Please don't let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do in your painting. I'm going to go with a slightly smaller brush here for a sec. There's the bad boy. Let's go through here. I like to put windows in places. Maybe this building is going sideways. Boom, boom, Crazyville. Okay. Put some grays up in here. Dash, 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 dash. Dash, 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 dash. Typically some of that dark, dark blue. A little bit lighter blue. Give it a little bit of movement. What's going on there? Nobody knows. Nobody knows and nobody cares. I want brighter. You know what I'm going to do with the pink magenta? I put a lot of little circles and stuff in there, and I enjoy that. But if they don't stick out, what's the point of putting them in? And then, of course, Mr. Weird Guy over here, I put the wrong color on. Okay. And I'll get some windows going up in here. Aha, you didn't know you were in an office building, did you? Okay. So, a technique I like to use a lot is I like to take my ruler trusty ruler like this, and I like to put paint on the edge of it. And since I'm fond of the white color, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get a little gray in there. I can change the colors wherever I want. It's my world, and you people are just in it. So deal with it, man. Boom, I want a line there. I don't know why I want a line there, but I just do. It just seems right. So I'm going to come down here, put a little color in the next line. Boom, there's a line. Looks like a telephone box right now. Come on down here. Boom, look at that. That looks really cool. But why are you doing it? I don't know. I'm doing this because this is how I feel right now. And when I'm doing my abstracts, I just kind of basically do them the way I feel at that moment. And they tend to come out, okay. Let's do this a couple more times. I think we truly need to have one right here. Maybe one that goes up here. Kind of leave this area here a little less conflicted. And on this one I want to see how many times I can get lines across that, because that is really big visually, and I don't want really big visually. I want broken up, twisted up, confusing sized. And one more around the roots. And that, my friends, is how you finish up an abstract when you don't know what's going on. And so I think I'm going to try something. I'll probably mess this up right now, but I don't really care. But I'm going to sponge some areas in. Maybe right there. Don't get too crazy with it. You do the corners. Nice one right there. Alright. And I think that's all for that. I'm going to leave it alone now, and I'll pretty soon be starting on my next one. And so join us again for another episode of Painting with a Grumpy Old Man, doing abstracts today, and still fuming about his stupid account that got hacked. But love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay off my lawn. Old man out.